Good morning and welcome to Eduscope. My name remains Dr. Ero Stephen Izu, and I'm your anchor. Today on Wisdom Nugget 10, we're going to be looking at two enigmatic minds, two eminent personalities who have left us with assertions, for consciousness and positive change. Now, these are Archbishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa, and John Maxwell of America. Now let's begin with John Maxwell. John Maxwell, is an household name. It's an household name. When it comes to leadership, and self-development, self-improvement. Now he has affected, millions of not just citizens, but millions, of leaders, CEOs, managers of companies, founders, of establishments. This is a man that has written countless of leadership books. And this morning we're going to be looking at one of his assertions. He said, "We cannot become what we need by remaining what we are. We cannot become what we need by remaining what we are." What's a a very remarkable assertion. We cannot become what we need by remaining what we are. Now this calls for self improvement, self you know self realization, self identification, and self transformation. Now, because we all have dreams, we have ambitions, we have aspirations, we have objectives, for life. There are things that we want to achieve and we want to pursue. Now, but for every dream, you need, a character. You need an attitude that is required. You need habits that are required, for achieving such dream. Now, you have things that you want to achieve. Maxwell is telling us this morning, that we need to first change before we can bring about change. We need to first change our habits, change our attitude, change our our behavioral patterns before we can bring about the change that we're aspiring, to achieve in our career, in our business, in our education, in every segment and sector, of our lives. So we cannot, be sleeping all day long, continue sleeping all day long, and say we want to be, such a great person in this field or in that field, and so on and so forth. No, he's saying that the first step, to greatness, the first step, to to attaining our dream is self identification, self realization, self improvement. Improvement, must be consistent, and must be, conscious. Now, we must take conscious approach, towards improving our persons. You have not yet gone to school. Go to school. Strive to go to school. You have gone to school to a particular extent, and your ambition of becoming so person, and you need this certification or this level of education. Why not pursue it? You know that you are good in this kind of trade. Why not go and beef it up? Why not go and improve yourself in that area? Is it fashion and design? Is it ICT? Why not go and improve yourself in that area? You cannot just be wishing, as I said in a previous video. You cannot be wishing. You must work towards attaining your goal. And one of the ways to work towards attaining your goal is your own self. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. How can you say you have invested in yourself? We buy clothes, we buy shoes, we buy bags. That is not the investment about. Talking about how have you improved in your knowledge, in your level of reasoning, in your level of compassion, in your level of of having that shock absorber, to absorb, you know, shocks. How well can you now handle situations, of forgiveness, of betrayal, of distrust, and so on and so forth? Now, we must improve on ourselves before we can attain our goals. So you cannot become what you need to be, by remaining, what you are. So there is a need for a paradigm shift. What you are aiming at will determine the kind of attitude you should build today. You know that you want to be somebody that will be addressing, public. Why not work on your speech making? Why not work on your public speaking? It's a conscious effort. It's a conscious effort. You're looking for a job in France, go and learn French. You're looking for a job in Germany, learn German language and learn other things. These are just metaphors I'm giving. So you must improve, on yourself. John Maxwell. Second quote we're going to be taking this morning is from Archbishop Desmond Tutu. He said, if you are neutral in situation of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. If you are neutral, you know, in situation of injustice, it means that you have chosen the side of the oppressor. We live in in a society, in a country where people are intimidated, where might is becoming right, where there is this sense of self-preservation, where religious leaders will tell you, that God is our protector, and yet they go all around with enormous security personnel to protect themselves. You know, we live in a world, of hypocrisy, of lies, of injustice, of oppression. Desmond Tutu is reminding us this morning that if we are in a position to defend the defenseless, to help the helpless, we should do that. We should not renege. Is a responsibility thrust upon us by providence. We could have been the poor people, we could have been the oppressed, we could have been the helpless, but we are not in that position. Therefore, let us take it as a responsibility to help the helpless, to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, to defend the defenseless. We should not be the ones that contribute to the wickedness of society, to the impoverishment that people are faced with. No, we should be seen to be alleviators, emancipators, eradicators of injustices in society. And as we should be known for contributing to the meaningful progress of society. I usually tell my children, my own children, my biological children, that I want to hear from their school good news about them, that they are the cleanest in their class, that they are the noblest in their class, that they are the kindest in their class, that they are the brightest in their class. I don't want to hear that they are the ones that are the most rascal students in their. No. I keep telling them, and it's entering them. So we must speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. We must encourage people who are going astray. Don't clap for those whom you know are heading for their doom. That is the height of hypocrisy. It's the height of wickedness. You know that somebody is doing the wrong thing and is going to endanger his life, it's going to kill him. And you are clapping for him, singing Hosanna, for him. You are wicked. No, let's be mindful of what we do in society. Archbishop Desmond Tutu was so spectacular in South Africa that after the first black president became the president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, he instituted a commission, Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and he made Desmond Tutu the chairman. And through that commission, Archbishop Desmond Tutu was able to bring about reconciliation, some form of stability and progress in the country. Today, South Africa is a very progressive country. So let us fight against injustice, not just in the public space, but in the private space, in our homes, in everywhere we find ourselves. Let us stand for what is right. Justice means what is right. Stand for what is right. Do not be afraid to stand for what is right. And as we do, society will become better off, become safer, you know, and everyone will be happy. So I want to remind you to kindly subscribe to our channel, like the page, leave your comment on how to improve this channel, and I believe we'll become better off, with time. Thank you. I remain Dr. Rose Stephen Izu. Have a great week.